how can this market going up with this negative news? A lot of it is just being oversold. It's not so much that it's negative or positive news, because sometimes we have better, I mean, this is a good news, right? Expansion, right? Global services PMI, we are back to expansion. We were in contraction. ISM services better than expected, maybe not better than expected. It came in above 50%. So we're in expansion, manufacturing expansion, services expansion. So it is a good data. It is good economic data. Lately, sometimes good data is causing market sell-off, sometimes market rallies. That is the function of overbought, oversold. I bet, when we had the same news, when ISM was better than expected last month, right? Not in March, right? Market sold off, right? Because it was overbought. So the narrative was that Fed will stay longer, higher for longer. Interest rates will be higher for longer. Okay, so then the market sells off. This time the market is oversold, so people are justifying their action because services data is expansion. So I wouldn't read too much into it, right? I would look. This is more of a technical trading. The breakout to the upside or to the downside will happen when there is a new data, right? And the new data, we're gonna have in a week, right? In 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Not next week, but the following week not next week, but the following week we're gonna have a PPI data. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be hotter than expected. And then we have a Fed making the final decision, right, towards the end of March. And this is going to be this, probably this is going to be change in direction. That's when we're going to break out. We're either going to break out to potentially 330 even, or we're going to break down to, I don't know, to 80, right? That will happen around third week of March based on how tense Jerome Powell is, right? If he's really tense, he's not very happy with, this data, expansion data, and the market is going to sell off. If he's going to say, listen, there's still a chance that we might avoid the recession, and don't worry about that CPI data is 2 months in a row is a little bit better than expected, and then the market continue to rally, right? So Fed will, I think, end of March, Fed will direct where the market is going. I think end of March, beginning of April, once people digest what Jerome Powell will say, I think the direction will be to the downside, right? I think end of March or maybe middle of April. I think this is a false. This is one of those bear market rallies, right? And bear market rally, they could be very, they can last very long time and they can be very aggressive, right? But I still believe this is a bear market rally. This is not a continuation of the bull market, and I think we'll know that probably by middle of April, whether I'm right or not. All right. Just heads up, Powell will speak twice next week. Okay, so that could set some direction too. I mean, we have these Fed speakers every day, right? I mean, they say the same thing, right? They don't change. The market kind of, market did rally because, Waller spoke, or Bostic, I think Bostic spoke, and that's one market rally because everybody interpreted that he was dovish. Then everybody said, I don't know, there was nothing dovish about his speech. This is just interpretation of body language and, excuse to go up or down. Next week, Powell speaks. Well, I don't see it here, but okay. Every time Powell speaks, it doesn't affect the market. I don't know if he's going to say anything different because, obviously his speech is important. But okay, I don't know if he speaks.